G'day there, it's Holy Critic and welcome back to Quick Reviews. Firstly, I just want to apologise for not being able to deliver on the midweek movie as I've had to work overtime and been run off my feet. Such is life, I suppose, but luckily for you, I've worked doubly hard to bring you today's true crime drama, Gone in the Night. It's a movie that was not only difficult to obtain, but it came with a whole host of technical problems. The VHS I purchased had completely out of sync audio, which meant that I had to manually align the sound with each piece of dialogue. Normally this would be an easy process, but when you're talking about a 3-hour miniseries, it quickly becomes tedious. So, coming in, I was already in a bad mood, expecting some lame made-for-TV movie, but my prejudice didn't last long. The story almost instantaneously grabbed me from minute one. Creepy music plays in the background as a faceless man stalks the streets of a stereotypically middle-class neighbourhood. The sun is shining, kids are out in the street playing, and friendly locals greet one another as they pass. Only you, as the viewer, can feel a sense of dread in the air. Shannen, Doherty and Kevin Dillon play married couple Cindy and David DeWallaby. They are the loving parents of two beautiful children who've unknowingly attracted the eye of a predator. Like a thief in the night, their youngest daughter Jacqueline is abducted without a trace under the cover of darkness. Initially, investigators treat it as a missing persons case, but they soon turn against Cindy and David. Suspecting foul play, the notoriously corrupt Chicago DA decides to charge them with the murder. There's more than a subtle hint that this prosecution is less about justice and more about the state attorney's electoral race. He wants to appear quote-unquote tough on crime, but what that really translates to is a rush to judgment and no due process. The DeWallabys are being railroaded because that's a more convenient outcome. The tabloid media relentlessly smears them as irresponsible and abusive parents. It's enough to incense you, but that isn't even the least of it. The trial culminates in what can only be described as a kangaroo court, with circumstantial evidence deciding the fate of David. Tragic would be the only word to describe it, as the plot pivots from an unsolved kidnapping to a gross miscarriage of justice. All the while you're left sitting on the edge of your seat hoping and praying that order will eventually be restored. Gone in the Night is a movie well worth the time you invest. While the narrative is written from a subjective opinion regarding guilt and innocence, it nevertheless moves you emotionally. Shannen Doherty, who's certainly not well renowned for her acting prowess, gives a surprisingly mature performance here. She hits all the right notes in the pivotal scenes, as does the always dependable Kevin Dillon. I also wasn't expecting an ensemble cast, but brief appearances from Ed Asner and Billy Burke added an extra layer of watchability. The only negative I can think of is that it lacked any real catharsis, with an unsatisfyingly open ending. But, truth be told, life is nothing like the one Hollywood pretends it is anyway. My final rating for Gone in the Night is 4 halos out of 5. If you wish to see it before Saturday's premiere, you're welcome to follow the link posted on screen, making sure to retype it exactly as shown. I think you're really going to love this one, so give me a thumbs up if you can't wait. I'll catch you again on the other side, and this is Holy Critic, signing out.